How's it going, guys? It's me, Steven, back again with another video. Now, today's video is going to be kind of a different one. It's a rant video of sorts. Now, if you've been around this channel for long enough, you'll know the importance of what that means. Today, I'm going to be talking about skill-based matchmaking within video games, specifically the Call of Duty games, and the ways it can be made more tolerable for both sides of the player base, both the casual and newcomer type people, and the more hardcore, grizzled and experienced players. All of that after this. Now, before we get into the content at hand, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please click the like button at some point. If I get 17 likes, I will shave my head and upload it to the internet. So there's your incentive. Also, don't forget to subscribe, it helps out the channel and we'd love to have you in the community. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video. Now, just as a little bit of background, I've been playing games in the Call of Duty franchise for just over 10 years now. I first hopped into the series when the first Black Ops game came out and have played every title from the first Modern Warfare in 2007 all the way through to Black Ops Cold War, released in 2020. Now, while I am by no means an incredible player by any definition, I'm not overly bad at the game. Well, that was until last year with the release of Modern Warfare 2019. 2019 saw the soft reboot of the Modern Warfare series, with returning characters such as Price, Gaz and Nikolai, featuring in a story that takes place out of the established classic Modern Warfare universe. Now, pre-launch, the developers Infinity Ward had stated that they wanted to make this game easily accessible for the casual fan base and provide them with a relaxed and fun experience. While they didn't outright say this was going to be at the expense of the more hardcore players, it was pretty much implied. And when the game released, lo and behold, it was an honestly frustrating experience, with a multiplayer infested with hundreds and thousands of claymore spamming campers. Of course, for the more hardcore player base, this was a nightmare. Eventually, after a few weeks, this was sorted out, but something much darker was on the horizon. Now, Steven, I hear you ask, what's this darker thing that was on the horizon? That would be skill-based matchmaking. Before I go any further, let me explain how the skill-based matchmaking in Modern Warfare actually works. Basically, an algorithm keeps constant track of every detail of the way you play. Your movement, your accuracy, your KD ratio, etc, etc. With that information, the game would then place you in lobbies with players of equal skill, or players that you're in the same skill bracket as. And so if you sweat out a couple of games, you then get put into lobbies where you'd be met with people who were also absolute sweat buckets. Then you get your ass kicked and get thrown back into lobbies with people of lower skill. And the same cycle repeats itself. You do well for a couple of games and you get thrown back into the sweaty lobbies, and then you get thrown back into the crap lobbies after you get your ass handed to you in the sweaty lobbies. Now, at the time of recording, we're only a few days into Black Ops Cold War, and it seems skill-based matchmaking is back in full force. Me and a lot of other people aren't going to be able to keep playing the game regularly if the fun is constantly sucked out by some crappy little algorithm. So I've done some thinking, which is a dangerous thing in itself, and I think I've worked out what can be done to not so much remove skill-based matchmaking altogether, but make it more bearable for literally everybody. My suggestion is to have two separate brackets of multiplayer. Now, I know a few of you can already see where this is going. One labelled public for those who just want to play casually or have fun. The other labelled ranked, where you can have all your skill-based matchmaking bollocks to decide which lobbies you get put in, and you get put against people who are of equal skill or people who are going to kick your ass. This solution is by far the most easy and simple way to maintain a fun environment for both casual and hardcore players. It's also a system that pretty much most other AAA shooters have. The first one that comes to mind is Rainbow Six Siege, where you have a casual playlist for, you know, you just want to hop on and have some fun. Maybe you pub stomp a few people, maybe you don't. And then you've got the ranked playlist for people who want to take the game seriously and want to sweat it out. Honestly, I can't for the life of me actually understand why Activision hasn't just implemented this into their games. The last time we saw something like this was at launch, probably Black Ops 2, where they had both ranked and public areas where you could either go up against people of equal skill or go up just against public people, or not public people, but you know what I mean, people of all skill brackets. I think Black Ops 3 got a ranked mode eventually, but that might have been well into its life cycle, pretty much pointless. Black Ops 4 also may have had one at launch, but again I'm not too sure. But I can't understand why they're insisting on remaining in the dark ages and not just implementing this from launch in every game that they release, especially if they insist on releasing games on a yearly basis, which is another rant video in itself, because franchise fatigue has definitely set in, and there definitely needs to be a 2-year or even a 3-year gap between Cold War and the next one. Whether that means that support for both Modern Warfare and Cold War goes on, whether that's through Warzone or anything else, then that's what needs to happen, because honestly, it's getting tiring. And I know you're just going to say, well, why don't you just stop playing? Well, no, because this is a franchise that I've played for, like I said, almost 10, 11 years now, and it is my favourite video game franchise of all time, and I'm not just going to give up because they insist on releasing yearly titles, even if it is really boring and tiring, because there's always good things that come out of those titles, even if they are shipped out more regularly than, I don't know where this joke is going. But yeah, I think that just about wraps it up with this video. Now if you have any thoughts, queries or issues with anything I've said in the video, leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, as it not only helps us grow as a channel, but as a community. And that's what we're trying to set up, and we're trying to set up a community. And remember, 17 likes and I will shave my head and upload it to the channel. Yay. So please don't get 17 likes basically, because I don't want to lose my hair again. That being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao.